Hello everyone and welcome back to Path of Exile. We're still on the Tidal Island looking for a medicine chest because we want to help the other exiles and medicine is sort of hard to come by, I guess. I'm still in my first recording session, so I'm still not able to respond to any feedback. But I will do so when I have the chance, basically. And it should go without saying, tell me what you think of the game. And as you can see, by drinking 2 potions simultaneously, I actually get more mana back than I can spend by spamming fireballs, so... And Freezing Pulse is ready to level up. Wahey. Ouch, I've been frozen. Not good, not good, not good at all. Let me run away. That's the sort of special boss we get here. I think we need to kill him for the medicine chest. But he has the ability to freeze me. So right now I'm sort of, I guess, chilled, which makes me move slower. And if he hits me while I'm chilled, he has a chance to freeze me. Well, he has a chance anyway, which makes me completely frozen, unable to move at all. I think I'm able to get him quite soon. There we go. And we get the medicine chest. Blue items.
Too much clutter.
Blue items, green items, I mean, they're quest items. And in this game we do have to carry them around in the same inventory. Okay, I'm just gonna finish this Tidal Island before going back to town. So, yeah, basically I'm gonna leave some white items behind, which is fine. And this looks to be the shipwreck, which, what's his name from something with a B? I don't remember. The guy from town who tried to write poems. Yeah, that was his ship. The advantage of energy shield, by the way, I'm not certain.
I need more mana.
Then let's get more mana. Not certain it was quite clear last time. The way energy shield works, it's a buffer, so the shield has to go down all the way before my life gets damaged. And any damage, basically, instead of decreasing my life, decreases the shield. So if I would lose 10 life, I instead lose 10 shield. The advantage is the shield regenerates when I don't take damage. So, if I don't take damage for a few seconds, I think, the shield starts filling up again without me having to use potions, which gives it an advantage. And there's another carving, but I'm gonna have to deal with these guys first.
Calm has removed the eternal stain from this coast. The Empire's citizens decorate our meeting houses with their heads. Our warriors build homes for our families. Our families till the earth, fish the waters, fill the air with song. The Karui way is yet a seedling here, but it grows, gains in pride and power every day. Calm has kept his promise. The time of the Karui has come.
So their conquest was quite successful. They seem to rule the island. but all is not well. So, don't think it's huge. I don't think it's a huge spoiler when I tell you that the stuff we're reading in these carvings is ancient history. Well, I don't know how ancient, but it's history. So it's they have won the conquest, but they're not around anymore. At least, not really. Right now, this place is inhabited by zombies and other foul creatures, and of course the exiles, which get dumped here to basically die. So we have the medicine chest collected. Finished clearing Tidal Island. And I guess we can... Town portal stroll thing. Back to Lion's Eye Watch. Lion Eyes Watch. I will get this wrong quite a lot. So let's talk to Nessa. We've got the chest after all.
A medicine chest. This means more to us than you can know. There are some who wouldn't have lasted the night without it. Take this. In return for the knowledge that one can do more than suffer and raycast. You and Tarkley. You give us something better than serums and salves. You give us hope.
So as a reward we can now choose between 3 different types of flask. Either basically increased versions of our life or mana flasks, or a quicksilver flask, which is the movement one I spoke about. But I don't really use the quicksilver flask at all, so I'm going for the life flask. Now let's see. I can sell the identified stuff like this. And now identify these boots, which they're better than what I have, so I'm just using them. Identify the sword, which is to be sold, and identify the life flask. Oh, increased charge recovery. That basically means it fills up faster from killing enemies. I also found this armorous scrap, which, as you can see, it increases the quality of an armor, which I think just improves how much energy shield or armor rating or evasion rating it gives you. I think. But I'm not using those on low-level stuff like I'm using right now. And there we have an Orb of Alteration. Reforges a magic item with the new random properties. I'll look more into the sort of crafting aspect of the game later. Right now, Bestel seems to have a quest for us.
So, you managed to salvage Shaky Hand's druggery. Nicely done. Nessa will put it to good use. More than that benumbed quack Optin ever did. Here, have one of these.
And we get a skill gem as well. The green ones, as I said, they're dexterity based. And the blue ones are intelligent based. Now I already have freezing pulse, and I don't like spark because they it launches unpredictable sparks that move randomly, so I'm not much of a fan of that. So might as well go with Ice Nova. And Tarkley.
Animals don't seem to rise up after death the same as people do here. So if they aren't raising themselves, what's doing it for them? The answer's in that fetid pool near the mudflats. I know the place stinks to high heaven, but so does the idea of a flock of overactive bird carcasses hungry for a bit of living meat. Clear the place out, and deal to whatever's raising those birds, and we'd be in your debt. The scavengers, orphans of the Eternal Empire who've forgotten what it's like to be civilized. Especially the likes of Fire Fury and Hailrake. Make the undead look like responsible citizens. And you know why the scavengers aren't banging on our gates right now? Too busy killing and cooking each other. It's a man-eat-man world out there.
Okay, I'm sort of looking to buy an item, maybe? Mostly because I definitely need more blue slots, at least one more blue slot, so might as well buy this Iron Gauntlet so I can actually use my Ice Nova. I'm not really interested in the rest, so I'm just selling you the old gauntlets, putting it back into storage. And I have a portal so I can get back quickly. Yep, that's my next sort of... I guess there isn't really something which is particularly the main quest. But I'm guessing clearing that pool is... It's probably something like a main quest, really. Oh, a portal scroll, very nice. And here we have the path to the next place. By the way, I might accidentally open the microtransactions thing at some point. That would be because it's mapped to M for microtransactions, so the in-game shop is just mapped to M. But it's just sort of an instinct to hit M if I want to see the map, which is mapped to tab. So this just basically fills the entire screen with the map. And I believe we are done with this place, so everything seems to be explored. But yeah, if you see me opening the microtransactions randomly, that's why. And now, changing to the mud flats. The thing about multiplayer, by the way, which is something I wanted to mention, I might make it so that, firstly, actually, let me use this waypoint. I don't know what the exact conditions are so that the waypoint gets activated. Running past it sometimes doesn't seem to be enough. I'm not certain if you have to actually use it, though, so, if I just run past it, though, I would see it, but it wouldn't be usable, so I want this to definitely be activated. Yeah, it's not entirely impossible to do sort of, I guess, co-op kind of runs in this game. If you're playing this as well, or if you want to play it, as I said, it's completely free. You can do so, and it might be possible that we play together for a few episodes. There would be a few limitations on that, of course. You would need to have at least a decent microphone. You would need to be able to use Skype. Don't want to play with people without being able to chat, basically. And we would sort of be doing a bit of a test run, I guess, on different characters, just to see if it makes sense.
I need more mana.
Just based on past experiences, sometimes when you do co-op with someone, it's just you don't get along well enough, and it's just becoming sort of not interesting.
I think this ray class will serve.
Okay. So let's go via cast speed up to Elemental Dominion eventually. And let's search this Roa nest. The Roas are these sort of random birds which you see here. They are birds. Not really sure how they're birds, but they are. And of course, more undead. And Ice Nova is ready to level up. I'm usually fairly, I don't know, conservative. So I end up using mostly fireballs, sometimes whatever I have mapped to this one. How's it look? Okay. This could be useful for freezing enemies when I'm surrounded, but I don't think I will be using it very much. Okay, here we have the fetid pool, where we have the quest to clear the area. So, I guess we might as well do that now. I can move the overlay map around using the arrow keys. So if I have the big map, I can basically move it using arrow keys. And this place really does not look nice. I guess the name sort of implies that anyway. But we want to find out what's making zombified birds, because usually they don't zombify. Like, humans, when they die, become zombies in this world, but the birds usually don't, so we want to find out why we have skeleton bird things attacking us. And ideally, change the fact, because skeleton birds attacking us are not fun. I have not finished the game yet. I've played through the first 2 acts on the other witch, and I've started the 3rd one. So storyline, in terms of storyline, it won't be blind for a while, but eventually...
Too much clutter.
Okay.
I need more mana.
Eventually we'll hit a point where I don't know what's gonna happen next, basically. And these areas are randomly generated, but the quests aren't, so chances are you won't get areas that look the same, but you will get the same quests, so finding whoever raises the birds and such is something you will have to do as well. And as I said, it's entirely possible, depending on, I guess, how we work as a team, to do sort of co-op bits of this game. A condition would be, as I said, to have like Skype and be able and willing to use it and such, and also to have a character of roughly the same level. So I would sort of make, if you're interested, I would try to make it so that the level of my character is fairly known to you, and then you could level up a character to the same point. Within reason, like you don't have to have the exact same amount of experience and such, but I don't want to run around at level 20 with a level 1 character following me, because that would be silly. But I also don't want people to bring like overpowered high-leveled characters with insane gear, because that would make it a little boring. Okay, here we have a necromancer. And he is who we want to kill, because, well, the necromancer is obviously the one raising the dead. he has an energy shield as well, which we have to bypass before we can get to his health. And he is raising the dead like there's no tomorrow. Okay, die already. He really doesn't stop getting more undead. There we go. Now that he's dead, he can't raise anymore, making the rest of the area a lot easier. Oh, Ice Nova leveled up. Well, hey.
Too much clatter.
Okay, now I have a little bit of peace and quiet, so I can drop some other boots, pick up the better ones, and let's see what they do. Requires level 6, so I can't even use them yet. Increases strength, armor, regenerates life per second, fire resistance, and movement speed. That's quite nice, so definitely better than what I have. But of course requires level 6, so I'm only level 5 right now. There. Meaning I need to get the remaining 2000 something experience points. But of course first we want to clear this place. The Necromancer is gone, but I think some of his creations are still left. I think eventually the quest will actually update and tell me that. It hasn't yet. But I happen to know that the objective now is to clear the area of all the remaining undead.
I need more mana.
Precise bone rowers, which are slightly upgraded versions, as I said. Okay. Copper sword. Not bad. I'll keep it in storage, but it doesn't seem to be something I can use. Oh, another life flask. Okay, might just as well replace one of my lower level ones. The sort of upgraded mobs in this game, it's not like in Diablo 3 where you have to kill all of them to basically get the loot. If you remember, in Diablo 3 they came in groups of 3 or 4, and when you killed the last one you would get the loot for the group basically. I think in this one they spawn as groups, but each one has an improved drop rate, so I don't have to kill the entire group. Okay, and now the quest has updated to wipe out the remaining mobs. And we have another passive skill point, so cast speed it is. The game does not pause while you're I think it doesn't even pause when you're in the menu. So you have to make sure you actually save, okay? Before you open the menu, otherwise you might get a nasty surprise. I do want to finish this bit in this episode, so it's technically would be time to cut about now, but I want to finish, as I said. No! Bringer of Fragility, wow. Since I'm playing a Nemesis League, supposedly that means that enemies have additional, or special enemies have additional skills. I don't know what Bringer of Fragility does. It seems to be something applied to, I don't know, allies, his allies, other enemies, I guess, in the surrounding area. I don't know what exactly it does, though. it sounds like either they become more fragile, which would be good for me, or otherwise they sort of bypass my armor or something like that. I don't know exactly. And the guy has vulnerability on hit. I don't know what exactly that means. As I said, I've played the game, but I'm not like a pro gamer. I've not really gone into deep detail. He definitely has a life regeneration, as we can tell. He's frenzying as he's damaged. His allies regenerate life, so that was the aura we saw.
Life is fleeting.
And he made me vulnerable, but he's dead now. And we the bringer of fragility was definitely a sort of special nemesis attribute, as you saw. Okay, and now we get a counter of how many enemies are left as well. Which is exactly 1. So once this bone rower is dead, we are done. Well, hey, quest completed. There's a few barrels left over here, which can contain stuff. And I don't think there's a limit to the quality of stuff you can get. Anyway, let's head back to town next episode, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.